Welcome to a series called How to Prepare for the End Times, where we're going through the second book of Timothy, because the second book of Timothy was written by Paul from prison to a very young pastor, Timothy. And it was written in regards to this idea that people are quickly abandoning the faith once they see that imprisonment is involved, once they see that persecution is involved. It's not so fun anymore. And Timothy is, of course, very upset about this. And Paul is saying, like, I see you're upset, but the fact that you get it, even though I'm in prison, it brings great joy to me. And you have to know that the cross is suffering. It means suffering is involved. And that God will bless those people who are not ashamed of the chains, but he will not bless those who are ashamed of chains and they run away from that thing. And that's kind of where we left off. And this book is so important because Paul gets into great detail of the end times, and it looks very much like what the first apostles were going through. There was only a few of them. They were growing, and then once chains and persecution and suffering was involved, they shrunk quick. And that's exactly what it's going to look like in the end times. But not does Paul only say, well, here's what it's like now. He literally says, here's what it will be in the end times. So it's very important that we understand, well, how do we prepare ourselves so we're not the ones running from persecution, that we're not the ones being like, oh no, we have nothing to do with that cross. It's those guys over there. Because most of the church will be turning in the true Christians. And that's what this is really all about. So we're just going to kind of pick it up there. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. You therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Christ Jesus. And the things that you have heard from me among many witnesses, commit these to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. You therefore must endure hardship as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. No one engaged in warfare entangles himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who enlisted him as a soldier. Now I'm going to pause there because this is very important, because the modern church in America, they're not warriors. They're definitely not soldiers. They're cruise ship passengers. There's no warfare involved. They are entangled in life. Literally, they're entangled in life. And a soldier, if anybody that's watching this been in warfare, please comment below. When you go off to war, you're not worried about whether your cable is working. You're not worried about whether, your car gets inspected tomorrow. You're worried about what's going on that battlefield. Of course you're worried about your family and stuff like that, but you're not entangled in the things of life. You're entangled in warfare. And Paul is saying this is what the cross is. It is literally warfare. It is being a soldier engaged in warfare. And here's the secret. It is warfare. There is a spiritual war going around you right now. And if you're not engaged in it, you are entangled in the things of life and you just don't really care. And what you're seeing is oftentimes your life fall apart, and it doesn't make sense to you. Why is my life falling apart? Why is everything breaking down around me? Why are my relationships falling apart? Why did I lose all these financial things? You're entangled in life, and the spiritual warfare is taking place around you. It's almost as if you were living in a war-torn country and you didn't know it, and you're wondering, why'd my house blow up? Why are there people shooting everybody out on the streets? It's really the same idea. And most Christians, I would dare to say, if you live in a town of 10,000, like 9,985 of them to 9,995 of them, they have no clue. They're sitting there going to church and they think they're a good Christian because, I went to church this week, pat myself on the back. A lot of other people didn't go to church. I'm the best Christian because I spent 2 days in that building this week, is the general idea. Whereas what Paul is saying is it is warfare. And it's not just warfare like you're like, okay, well, I'm a soldier of God, and yet all I do is go to church and do nothing else. Because I guarantee a lot of people watching this are going to say, well, I'm a soldier of God. Are you? Are you? Are you ashamed of the chains? Are you ashamed of suffering? Do you believe that the cross is suffering? Do you believe that somehow Jesus suffered? Every single apostle suffered. All of them were killed viciously. All of them were put in prison. That somehow you going to that comfortable church makes you a soldier? No, it doesn't. That's like if I'm watching a movie on warfare in my comfortable living room and I'm thinking, I'm a soldier because I'm watching a movie on warfare. It's the same idea. You're literally doing nothing to advance the kingdom of heaven. To advance the kingdom of heaven on earth as it is in heaven means warfare, period. Every spiritual being that has ever stepped foot on this planet, and that is there now, in the spiritual realm, in the heavenly realm, are engaged in warfare right now and have since the beginning of time. It is a vicious battle, and you're either aware of it or you're not. And either way, you're still there. It doesn't matter. You're on the battlefield, whether you're just sitting around wondering why your house blew up or whether you're actually engaged in warfare. But the trick is, don't entangle yourself in life. You can't entangle yourself in life, and you can't sit there and call it warfare when you're not engaged in the rules of warfare. So let's keep going. And also, if anyone competes in athletics, he is not crowned unless he competes according to the rules. The hardworking farmer must be first to partake of the crops. Consider what I say, and may the Lord give you understanding in all things. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about. And the sooner you can get to grips with this, the better. Because if you're just going to a building for 45 minutes a week, you're not a soldier. You're not. And don't call yourself one. Don't dare call yourself one. But if you wake up every morning and you put on the armor of God, not for self-protection or to protect your entanglements of life, but to advance the kingdom of heaven, not worried about this life, worried about the kingdom itself. That is what a soldier is. A soldier commits his life to the kingdom. That's what a soldier does. He doesn't go off and go after people to protect his car or his job or his TV or his Netflix. He goes off to war to protect his fellow brothers, soldiers out there, to protect his kingdom. That's what he's there for. People go off to war to protect their homeland, to protect their kingdom, period. And if you're doing it for any other reason, you're just not engaged in the rules. You don't even have any idea what you're doing. And this American church has convinced us that if all you do is sit in that chair for 45 minutes and throw a few bucks on the plate, you are a soldier of God. Come on, that's pathetic. Don't even begin to suggest that. Any thoughts or insight on that? Definitely put that below. Most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. Please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.